SuneKOS 200, the new extracellular matrix regeneration system for dermal biogenesis. SuneKOS 200 is the new injectable treatment for the natural regeneration of the dermal tissue, dermal biogenesis, through the regeneration of the extracellular matrix, also known as ECM. SuneKOS 200 determines the production of new ECM by stimulating the production of collagen and elastin, which are the main structural elements of the matrix. SuneKOS is a specific patent-protected combination of hyaluronic acid and amino acids to stimulate the ECM regeneration. The homeostasis of the extracellular matrix is crucial for the well-being of all tissues and organs. This unique formulation is precisely balanced to ensure production of new collagen and new elastin. The homeostasis of the extracellular matrix is crucial for the well-being of all tissues and organs. In fact, it has been calculated that at least 70% of degenerative pathologies that can also lead to death are due to an imbalance of the homeostasis of the extracellular matrix. With particular regard to the skin in the aging process, we have a numerical reduction of fibroblasts and also of their metabolic activity, and consequently a reduction of the ECM components. From here, we can derive the concept of extracellular matrix targeting, a specific treatment that targets the extracellular matrix and its components. In cutaneous aging, this is very important because it will restore the intake of nutrients for fibroblasts and also the stimulation of fibroblasts to produce hyaluronic acid, collagen fibers, and elastic fibers. To do this, we must first stimulate the fibroblasts and also provide the nutrients required to produce new ECM. Natural hyaluronic acid, around 200 kilodalton of molecular weight, has a boosting action, i.e., it has a potentiating action of fibroblast activity as it acts on specific receptors present on the cell membrane. To promote the synthesis of fibrous proteins, it is very important that in the medium there are amino acids characteristic of those proteins. Furthermore, that they are in stoichiometric ratio to directly stimulate the synthesis of these fibers. Therefore, to synthesize collagen, glycine, proline, hydroxyproline, hydroxylysine need to be present, and that valine and lysine are essential for the synthesis of elastin. When injection treatments are carried out at the deep dermis level, as in the case of SuneKOS, it is possible to assert that another fundamental principle of dermis biology is exploited: biotensegrity. The biotensegrity is a response of the fibroblast, or in any case of the cell, to a mechanical stress. The cell will put in place the biosynthetic and also homeostatic mechanisms in order to maintain the equilibrium between the intracellular and the extracellular environment. The needle is a mechanical stimulus, so the picotage technique exerts this mechanical stimulus, and the introduction of the substances that are contained in SuneKOS chemically stimulate the synthesis of new hyaluronic acid, collagen fibers, and elastic fibers. The clinical study that is the basis of our treatment protocol was performed on patients between 45 and 65 years of age, female, healthy, informed, and consenting. These patients were subjected to a total number of 4 sessions that were performed 10 days apart from each other. The evaluations carried out were clinical and instrumental evaluations, both at baseline and at all time intervals considered for the study, plus a follow-up period, and in particular at 2, 3, and 6 months after the first session. Immediate improvements can already be seen 10 days after the first treatment session. In clinical evaluations, we observed a biorevolumetric effect with a reduction of facial volume loss scale, and also an anti-wrinkle effect with a reduction of the wrinkle severity rate scale. With instrumental assessments, we have been able to highlight an increase in skin hydration and also a reduction in the proliferometry of wrinkles. Obviously, these results continue to improve over time, and to these measures we have added some others. For example, there has been an improvement of the deep torque parameters and therefore an improvement of the skin tonicity, starting from the second or third session, an increase of the deep hydration of the skin. Meanwhile, we have already observed a real increase in the approved aesthetics of the face on a global level 2 months after the first session, and this improvement continued to increase over the subsequent months of the follow-up period. So at 6 months, we are still able to observe an increase due to the activity of the product. In conclusion, 4 sessions carried out at 10-day intervals with the SuneKOS have confirmed an improvement of the cutaneous photoaging. In particular, we observed a statistically significant anti-wrinkle activity, a statistically significant biorevolumetrical activity, an increase in skin tonicity, an increase in the superficial and deep hydration of the skin, and especially an increase in the aesthetic characteristics of the face. All these results progressively improved over time, even during the follow-up period up to 6 months, which is the last observation recorded.